There's a poll that came out in one of the local newspapers that showed that 2 out of 3 Republicans may be uncomfortable with your candidacy. What do you say to some of those Republicans who may be feeling some buyer's remorse?
I'm not sure that you're seeing buyer's remorse. What you're seeing is an anxiety level, a desperation that I've been seeing across the country. It is really an amazing thing how much people are looking at this race as the solution to most of the problems that are happening right now in America. For the last 18 months, what they've been seeing is 14.3% unemployment, the highest foreclosure rate in the nation, the highest rate of bankruptcy. And they are looking to me and saying, please go do this. And I'm getting it from both sides, some wanting me to go harder and really come out forcefully, others wanting me to just say what I'm about and what my solutions are. And we're having to really judge the race according to where people are as far as the message that they want to hear.
And you showed a lot of restraint in this event. It didn't get very political. Are you concerned that, the advertising, for example, is very negative from both campaigns? Could that turn off voters?
I don't feel that our campaign has been negative at all. We've been trying to stick to the issues that are important to the country and to the state, our economy, our jobs, our homes. And if you look at my advertising, you'll see that we're sticking right there and to the policies that have been formed in the last 18 months that have actually been critical to the destruction, I guess, of our economy, our homes, and our jobs. And so that's really where mainstream America is living. Now, on the other side, there seems to be a focus on me personally.
They're using a lot of what you said in their commercials.
That's true. That's true. They, I'm sure that as you speak, as we're conversationally speaking, sometimes when you pick out words, they're not the best words that you could have used, but you want the whole, in the context of what you say, you want the feeling to come across to people so that they understand who you are and that you're speaking from your heart.
And what about that talk radio interview you did in Reno, in which you agreed with a radio host who said there are domestic enemies in the Congress? Do you feel there are domestic enemies in the Congress?
The larger focus of that conversation was what has happened domestically here in our country for the last 18 months. And what I was agreeing with was that in 18 months we have had a destruction of our economy, which has led to a loss in jobs and homes. And truly people feel that what has been done, these policies, are truly in a form of some kind of embattlement of our whole economy. We're struggling here, and we're seeing those policies as some form of an attack on our domestic life here. And
do you feel that the president or Harry Reid are enemies of the
I don't think anybody mentioned any names during that conversation, and of course those weren't my words.
Well, it's their policies that you're talking about.
Those weren't my words. My words were directed at the policies, and that's what we were speaking of in a more general form was what has happened in those policies. And certainly I will say that Harry Reid is responsible for those policies more than any one man in the nation. He's the one that made the deals, he's the one that proposed these laws, and he's the one that pushed them forward.
And what about that statement where you said a Second Amendment response may be necessary if things keep going the way they're going? And you said we may have to take Harry Reid out. What was all that about?
Once again, as we said, those things were spoken
the Democrats
in a context.
the Democrats are making a lot of hay out of that.
Well,
so that's why I asked.
But those are not the issues that people are really concerned about. They're concerned about our homes, our economy, our jobs. That's what they're concerned about. He's wanting to take out little pieces of segments of conversations that were about general discussions. We were talking generally about our founding fathers and their intent with the Second Amendment when we were discussing that. We were talking again generally about the policies of this country in the last 18 months that have been devastating to our economy. And so when taken out of context, of course, you can make anyone look like they don't know what they're talking about. But I certainly believe that I am voicing the mainstream opinion when I say that in the last 18 months, our economy has been devastated, and we here in Nevada feel that more than any other Americans.
Let me sneak one more in there, because you're very much a favorite of the Tea Party movement. How important is the Tea Party movement to your campaign? What have they meant to you?
The Tea Party, as I explained in my remarks this morning, is mainstream America. They are people that have just gotten engaged in the political atmosphere in the last 18 months. I meet people who are 50 years old that say, I've never voted before, but I registered and now I want to get involved politically. That's what the Tea Party movement really is, and they're extremely important to me.
Will you be a Tea Party senator?
I am the voice of mainstream America. When I talk about our jobs, our homes, our economy, I'm talking about being a grandmother and a mother, and when I call my kids and say, how are you doing, what I'm asking is, do you still have your job, and are you able to make that house payment? And that's how mainstream America feels. We feel that we have an obligation now to pass down freedom to our children and grandchildren, and somehow in the last 18 months we're not seeing freedom any longer. We're seeing something that really is very harmful to our freedoms.
Well, thanks very much. Can we walk with her a little bit as we go out this way? Would that be all right, just to get a shot? I mean, will you be a Tea Party senator in the Senate if you get in there?
I don't know exactly what that means. I'll be a mainstream senator. How's that? I represent mainstream America, but most of all, I'm going to, represent people across this nation as a U.S. senator in their U.S. Senate seat.
Well, I appreciate your time very much. Good luck to your campaign. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.